Look, I'm hopeful
For
because...
good and bad, too.
Well, all things are possible. But I'm very hopeful that leaders, regardless of what they say for political effect, and we're going through elections in the United States as well, so we understand very well that people can say lots of things.
Why should we?
They say lots of things.
Elections,
for,
change of
for their
presidential
voters.
politics.
But, you know, there's general consensus, including from the leaders of the opposition, that the EU is something that those accession processes, it is something that has to happen. What I hope is that more time is not wasted. Because there are immediate opportunities, including the growth plan and including reforms that are part of the accession process that I think
These are the benefits. These are the benefits.
Exactly.
To get to that, we need to have the consent of it.
Right.
So how, if it is political correct, if it has, does it have any diplomatic démarche as to make that possible prior to the government? Have the changes before the government?
You know, that...
Because we might hear after the election, we have pressure from the embassies. They ain't going to name anyone. They usually don't. The opposition usually don't.
I leave that to my good friend, Ambassador Geer. Because again...
We are United States, they are EU.
Yeah, and it's not for us...
What about the people trust more the Americans than the Europeans? What about that?
Thank you very much.
I love you too.
I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, we can't make leaders do things because the United States wants them to do it.
Yes, but you make it clear that you wouldn't buy a car from the opposition, for instance.
Well, I never said that.
You never said that, I know.
I don't own a car, so I'm not in the market for a car at the moment.
No, I get that. But you know what I'm saying, because it's the election, I don't want to get involved into the elections.
I think everybody, I urge all voters, and I mean this very seriously, to listen very carefully to what those that are running, not just the heads of opposition and the head of Citizema and the head of VMRO, but the Albanian parties, the MPs, those that are running on the list, listen to them very carefully in how they're describing their vision of the future. Because that's so important to voters. I do that in my country. What are you telling me that tomorrow is going to look like? What does, May 8th, everyone goes and votes. What happens on May 9th and 10th? What does that...
We do ask them for them. We do ask politicians for the voters as well, we do.
And then, after you ask those hard questions, then people decide, well, this person's vision matches what I want for my family. This person's ideas make most sense to me.